he yells, his voice heavily accented. I know where it is. I take a deep breath. Finally, one small win in what is by all accounts a losing game. The past month has been nothing but a shitstorm, and it feels like I've been battered on all sides. The cartel have been closing in on my territory with their Irish allies, and the police are a hair's breadth away from making a discovery that could bring me down for good. To top it all off, I've got a baby on the way, and the woman carrying that child is the very person who betrayed me and sent me hurtling into this shitstorm in the first place. I grit my teeth and force those thoughts away. Now is not the time to think of Alexis Wright, the curvy temptress who nearly lost me everything. I spend enough time thinking about her as it is. My captive gives a breathy description of the warehouse and its location, and Dom leaves to order reconnaissance while I continue the questioning. There is one piece of information that has eluded me so far. Tell me who is in charge of your organization, I demand. The man shakes his head. I don't know. I only know where I get my orders from. I don't believe you. I bring the point of the blade a fraction away from his eyeball. The man whimpers pathetically. When Dom caught him, Philippe was antagonizing a junkie he just sold purple heroin to. I guess he isn't so tough now. I don't know, he cries, keeping perfectly still. They give me product, I sell it. They tell me to be somewhere with a gun, I go. So, you're just a good little soldier, I ask. Yes, I promise. His word means nothing to me, but I believe him. Every member of the cartel we have captured so far has said essentially the same thing. They operate under a cloaked chain of command, a tactical move that makes it difficult for me to determine the scope of the organization. I don't know the size of the snake, and I don't know where its head is. I hand the knife to Antonio, and he presses a gun into my palm instead. The man starts to beg and plead, and I silence him with a bullet to the head. Frustration leaks into my bones as I storm out of the cellar. I got information today, but not enough. I need to know more about my enemies if I'm going to fight them. In this, and everything else in my life, I feel like I have lost control, and I'm desperate to regain some semblance of it. I've given all the bribes I can to the police, and Alexis is a lost cause. That means the only other way to regain control is for me to smash the cartel and Kevin Lynch into the ground, and I need to do it quickly. I am familiar with the warehouse that the captured cartel member named, and I initiate a plan to storm it that evening after dark. The air from the open window is chilly on my face as I drive through the sleepy dockyard, moonlight casting a spotlight on the quiet convoy sneaking past the rusted structures and parked trucks. The sky is cloudless, though we are too close to the city to see many stars. Antonio, Dom, and Mirko Bernardino, one of my other capos, follow behind me with a handful of their men. I keep an eye out for sentries, but the 2 men I sent ahead on foot have taken care of that. Dom's reconnaissance earlier turned up only Irish on sight, though no sign of Kevin Lynch. Our attack will be swift, and it will be fatal. When we are just around the corner, we stop and pile out of our vehicles. Antonio lumbers up beside me, checking the chamber of his Glock 19, the misty plume of his breath twisting toward the black sky. Antonio is in his 50s, and with all of the action recently, I wonder why he doesn't just retire somewhere warm with his wife and their many cats. He had some quiet years under my father, but since my father's ill-fated plan for expansion 2 years ago, it has been a bumpy ride. Antonio cocks his gun and runs a hand over his bald head, muscles flexing. He stands around 6'3" to my 6'5", and is as wide as the warehouses that surround us. Maybe that's why he has stuck around. This is the only thing he's built for. I want you to burn it to the ground, I tell him. Don't forget to clear the men out first. Burning to death is no way to go.